I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back to the Katy Keene After Show. We are so excited to be breaking down Season 1, Episode 12 of this amazing show that we love so much. Obviously, every week I say this is my favorite episode because this is just my favorite show. So I'm so excited to break it down with my amazing panel. We don't have our girl Yvette with us here tonight, but we will hopefully see her back next week for the finale, which I'm so low-key sad about. Stay tuned for that because we definitely have a guest for that amazing episode. But with me tonight, we have my two amazing, beautiful, talented co-hosts with me. First, the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devontae Russell. How are you?
I am everything and everything is me.
Yes. Hello, I'm here for it. We also have our queen of fashion, also queen of articles. Write those articles, girl. We live for it. Hello.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to talk about this episode with you guys.
Yes. Again, I'm your host, Bryant Santos. So excited to be hosting for tonight to break down this amazing episode of Katy Keene. Love it, love it, love it so much. Obviously, this was all about Pepper. This is where everything hit the fan for Pepper and her whole scheme. So let's get some overall thoughts. Eric, I know you're the biggest Pepper stan on this panel, probably the only Pepper stan on this panel. Please tell me your thoughts.
Okay, so yes, we had Pepper got exposed for being the con artist that she has, or that she is. And while it looked bad, it wasn't all bad. I'm trying to do this the best way I can with being a fan, so now get off the camera. Okay, look, it was a bad episode for Pepper, but look, in the end, she showed that she really does think about her friends, and even though her method may not be the most orthodox or the most friend-friendly, she showed that she really does want to do right by her group. So, hey, it is what it is. We all have a bad day.
Oh, girl.
All right,
she's been having a bad year, a bad life.
Y'all are making it so hard for me to be a fan.
I mean, the facts are in front of you, baby. But
the receipt.
You know, Pepper, I will say this. It's, to me, there's only like so far you can go with certain things with friends. And I feel like there should be, when you are a scammer, you should have some rules. Like, I will not scam my friends, okay?
Right.
I'll scam. I'll just go ahead and scam the world, but I'm not going to scam my friends.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
scam your grandma, scam your mom, just not your friends.
Right.
Oh, don't scam grandmama.
Wait, I didn't know, not grandma. She's
right. But at least, you know, she just is, everything is fair ground with her. And then I feel like she likes to backpedal after it because she knows it's wrong. But then she feels like she can rely on the sorries and that it's going to be okay. I'm sorry. The sorry is not enough. What she did to Katy was not cool.
It was foul. Absolutely. And I will not co-sign it. Absolutely. It was wrong.
Yes. Well, speaking of Katy, let's just jump in and talk about her because Katy and Guy waking up in the atelier. First of all, where did the bed come from? I need to know that. Like, why is there a bed in the middle of the atelier?
And it's small.
Was it twin size?
It was probably twin. Definitely not Cow King. I need some Cow King up in there. Like, but Eric, tell me your thoughts when you saw, like, you know, Guy roll over and see Katy right there.
I mean, it was deja vu, Beyonce voice. We saw this, only this time it wasn't in the display window of Lacey's. Right.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Oh no, we've been here before. I was low-key disappointed because I'm just like, Katy, first off, I don't like how Guy is when he's in his moods. Like, I mean, that's Katy's man. If you want to go for it, fine, by all means. I personally don't like that side of him. But my thing is Katy is finally, you know, making headway. Her gown was showcased at the Met Gala, even though people don't know that. And I just feel like she's finally getting some type of stability in her life. So for her to now be doing this with Guy, I'm like, girl, can we just keep it on the straight and narrow? I don't know, but that was just me.
So now what do you think?
Totally agree. I just feel like Guy, he's really becoming an F-boy in a way because you're using her. Like, it's not even that, you know, you're giving her credit. That's BS when he was saying, oh, I get inspired. Okay, cool. If you get inspired, why don't you just go ahead and say, hey, Katy, I got inspired by your look. Like, if you told her, like, because it's not, the colors are the only thing that makes a difference. Literally, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like to tell her like, hey, Katy, you really inspired this look. Or like, hey, Katy, you know, this made me want to do X, Y, and Z. Or let's come out with a collab or something like that.
Yeah.
Like all his apprentices, they should do like at least like one collab together, you know, or something. You didn't want to do that. You lied.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot that he scammed her. Thank you so much, Sanaa.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. I completely forgot about that. And it took me some
I saw
time.
your face transition.
Right, because I'm like, right, he did. He ain't no good. Right. Yeah. But then it took me, what happened is that during this episode, certain developments took a little longer to hit me. Like when she finally got inside that cupboard and she was going through the sketchbooks, what I thought it was I thought it was examples where his design was taken by other designers. I don't know why I took it that way. Because
okay.
when he was talking about like it happened to him and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, she's realizing that his designs were also taken by famous designers. Because I didn't know who those people
I see that
were.
now.
Right. So I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. So now Katy's gonna feel like, oh, okay, I was bugging. But once everything was explained and then so now I wrap back to it, I'm like, oh yeah, he's no good. Yeah, we can't do that no more.
Yes. So okay. So Sanaa, tell me, what do you think about Katy's struggle? Do you think she was right to have confronted Guy? Would you have done that? What are you thinking?
Do you know who you're asking?
That's right.
I think she did a great job because she had to confront him. Because if not, he's going to do it to her and the apprentices to come as well. And it's not okay. I don't care. That doesn't fly in the fashion world. It really doesn't, because, well, maybe it really does. I'm not really,
I can
you
see
know,
it.
I can see it
so
happening.
too.
I mean, Fashion Nova does it a lot of the time to different places.
Yes,
And it's okay. You know, you get the look for less. That's
Right.
their brand. Get the look for less. I got tons of Fashion Nova fits.
Same
Okay.
here.
If you don't have a Fashion Nova fit, are you really living life?
That's it.
But anyway, it's just, you know, I get it happens, but at the same time, it's just acknowledgement. And I think that was the surface of the whole episode to me. It's just honesty and really acknowledging things. And with you taking my design and I'm not going to tell you anything about it, I think not.
Right.
So I'm glad she stood up for herself, because then he knows, like, okay, she's not cool with this.
Yeah.
And then he had the nerve to backtalk her when she was like, I took your designs and improved them and made some of them worse. Excuse me. Excuse me, Joan Rivers. I didn't know that this turned into Fashion Police. But let me take this little sketch and go. Like, it was a real ugly moment for Guy. And I wanted to ask y'all, is the sister wrong? Because I know she knows what's up. Is Guy's sister wrong?
True. I liked at first when she was like, I know what's going on. Like, she was like okay with it, that they were sleeping together.
Right.
But I do agree with what you're saying now. The fact that she is also willfully ignorant, not even willfully ignorant, like totally willful to the fact that he uses other people's designs. So that's awful.
Right.
Yeah. When you know something is wrong, I don't know. For me, it's just when I know something is wrong and it doesn't sit right with me, like, yeah, you have to say it, and it's for yourself. Because if you don't stick up for yourself, everyone's going to walk over you and everyone's going to do that. Right. So you have to stick up and say, look, this is a KK design, okay? This is a Katy Keene. This is a Katy Keene piece, baby. Yeah. And you didn't acknowledge me at the Met Gala. So that was your first strike, Guy. Your second strike is you want to try to embarrass me, you know, and threaten remember back in the day, he was like, oh, you know, everyone would kill for this spot. Then his third strike was this stunt he pulled. I think he got one more for Katy and she's done.
Girl, do you know baseball though? He should be out already.
He should be out. Yeah, I'm like, wait.
He should. He's totally out. But I think she's giving him that one more, because it's kind of like, okay, now I told you, let's see what you're gonna do about it.
Yeah, I thought KO was gonna hit him again.
Yes, let's continue with that while we're on the topic of Katy. I know we'll like dive deep into the pepper plant in a little bit, but in that moment, I was so happy to see KO back. Obviously, you guys know I'm the biggest Katy and KO fan here. So I was so happy, and just like, he's just so supportive of her. Like, he was literally like, I can't wait till people know, till I can say that, like, I knew her before she got big, you know? I was like, wow, that's like, where's that for me? Honest, like, it's just so tragic. But in the end, like, correct me if I'm wrong, she left Guy in the dust, right? She was like, I'm done.
I thought they just left it at that. Like,
Right.
Okay. I think we're gonna get the final development next week because I was a little bit confused in the end. I wasn't sure if she really was like standing her ground and being like, I'm quit, I'm out, or if she was like waiting for more, waiting for him to kind of like apologize. But I guess we'll see next episode. So let's just move in and let's talk about somebody else, which is Josie and Alec. So that's also how we start this episode out with basically, remember the last episode was a cliffhanger with Alex saying, I need to talk to you because they found out that thing about Pepper. So Josie is now defending Pepper, which is such a weird 180 by Dua Lipa because literally she was the one throwing Pepper under the bus for the longest time, and now she's going to bat for her. So Eric, what do you think?
The whole time she kept emphasizing that she felt like Pepper was in a tight spot or that she was in danger. And I think that that's what Josie was leading with. It wasn't about what was going on in the past. And that's why when Pepper was like trying to really come at Josie's neck, like Josie didn't, go there because I felt like it was like, I can see that you're really desperate and you obviously don't like to tell us things. So I'm just taking what I know of you and I'm going to apply that to the situation. So I feel like, I don't know. I really gained a lot of respect for Josie this episode. I feel like we've seen that she's a girl that likes to stand her ground. She's about integrity, but she also has a really big heart. So I respect that. She shows that with Alex. She shows it with the gang. So I can get down with Josie, honestly.
Yeah. So now what did you think about Alex getting into his dad's car? And like, what were you thinking? Did you think that was going to happen or like?
Well, when it happened, I figured, he's going to tell his dad. Because at this point, he doesn't have his money. And I understand, like, he doesn't know what to do at this point. Because imagine, if a scammer has your money and you're figuring out, like, whoa, this person could really do damage to it. Of course, you're going to get scared and you're not going to know what to do. So I was scared that he was going to tell his dad, this is what happened. Yeah. And I was scared his dad was going to pull like the plug on all of everything, like do like some power move stuff. But I'm glad he didn't. And well, he kind of actually did.
Right. Yeah. He still hit him with a power move.
He did. He apparently Alex and Cabot Entertainment
they're
now
together with it.
Yes. They are.
And that's what And so that's what I like. I like that. I mean, it's a bad, that he's working with his dad again, but I think in the betterment of it, I think it'll be better for their relationship, with them working together finally in after they've had time apart and now they're back together. So I think it'll be more so it'll be good.
But we didn't necessarily see, in that time apart where the dad is like, okay, I see that you're a man that's about your business. And I see that we didn't see the dad have any type of growth. So what is left to believe, and I think why Josie reacted the way she did is because you're basically walking back into the same treatment. He's going to treat you like a little kid. He's not going to respect your decisions. He sees you can't make it on your own. So it's not like Alex is walking back into a better situation. I guess time will tell, but I don't know.
I was just trying to be a positive parent.
That's what I do with Pepper. So, I mean, I get it.
I also want to hear your thoughts because we always talk about Josie and her music. Did anybody else think that song was I'm gonna pull an Eric Devontae Russell, cut the mic because I was like, honey, she was doing some like scat. Was that what is like? She was like beep boop boop, and I was like, what is this, Mr. Krabs? Like when it was that robot episode in SpongeBob, I was like, honey, like that was not it for me. So we will see. Hopefully, I think it's a good thing because maybe that's what they're trying to say. Like maybe they're trying to say that Josie and Alex can't make it on their own without the backing of Cabot Entertainment. And maybe that's why the music isn't so hot. So maybe if they get back with Cabot Entertainment, it might work out and she might put the bangers out, but we'll see. I also just miss Dandra, so I want to see more of her next week. So yeah. Let's switch gears and talk about Jorge because, okay, he was like giving it up for, any amount of cash.
That's right.
He was shaking it, throwing it back for anybody and their dad, because his dad is struggling. He brought to light to the rest of the roommates that their family has been like kind of subsidizing their mortgage, and it's been really tough on them. So, Eric, did you respect the hustle when you had to like go dance and then work at Lacey's and then do all that?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to do something strange for some change. Yeah, like I mean. I haven't necessarily done any go-go dancing. However, I think that Jorge has really tried to show that he is a man. Despite his dad's definition of what a man is, Jorge has really done his best to step out and like show you, look, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna do what fulfills me and drag, even if it means I'm getting abused. I'm not gonna let you talk down to me in a condescending way. I'm going to turn to go-go dancing. I'm going to go with the tides because he was saying that Molly's Crisis wasn't doing so much drag as much as they were doing go-go. So rather than, become complacent, he went with it. And he just really wanted to put his foot down. Even when his father was too prideful to take the money, he's like, look, you need to provide for your family like you're trying to do. So I've gained so much respect for Jorge because I remember most of this season we dragged him because it was just like a woe is me type of thing. But now Jorge has proven that he is that man that nobody was seeing him as.
Yes. So now tell me your thoughts. When I literally jumped so bad, like I screamed when the dad walked in, when he was
I
shaking
could see you
back.
jumping.
I
could see you jumping.
Yeah.
I was shook. What were you thinking?
I was like, oh, that makes me, that's never happened to me, by the way, but it just made me feel like, if you hanging out with a boy that you think is cute and you like, and then boom, your daddy walks in, you like, not your mama, your daddy.
Right.
Like, that's the other thing. It's like, like, deer
like when you're
like
like face down up, it's like,
it's just like, if I was Jorge, I would have ran like this. Like outside, past the dad, everything. Would have went home. He would have said, "Mijo, where are you?" I would have said, "I'm at home, Dad. I've been at home."
That's it all day.
I'm screaming.
His dad didn't go off though. His dad
didn't.
No,
he did not go off.
He was more
supportive.
But once he saw where the money was coming from, he was like, I don't want you to have to like go through having to, just, shake your buns for just anybody. Like, he didn't want him to go and do that route, even though it's bringing in good money.
Right. The fact that he was able to pay that off, I'm like, well, maybe I should. I mean, we have let me do what it do.
Seriously, and my gripe with that was the fact that that guy wasn't too cute, and like he's been through Bernardo and Buzz, and he's like throwing it back for somebody else. I'm like, girl, like at least get the money from the cute guy, like get the best of both worlds. But that's another story for another show. Let's now, before we head out of here, we have to obviously talk about Pepper. I wanted to spend at least 10 minutes on her because this was just her episode. Like I mentioned, everything blew up in her face. She was like trying to do anything she could to remedy what happened because it all came to light. It came to light that she's been lying about her past, lying about what she's doing with her money. Everything from the kitchen sink came out on Pepper. So Eric, tell me your thoughts when that first like roommate meeting happened and Josie was basically like calling her out.
I had a sigh of relief because it needed to happen. Because I mean, the season is basically over. We know nothing about Pepper. Like the jig is up. Like as much as that's my girl, it's time for us to do some character development, and we did. I knew it was bad. Once Jorge was like, "Sit your British ass down," I was like, "Oh my god, dang, she gonna get it." But I mean, like it was time. It was time. And what I loved about the characters is that it's very Powerpuff Girls, but the characters today were not playing. It was like, you've been playing with our money. You've been lying to our faces. And everyone at that point was going through their own stuff. So it was like, I'm really not here for it. So I really, this was probably one of the strongest scenes I've seen in this season of Katy Keene. Like with everything that was going on, like every character was just on it. And I was in it. I was in it. So
me
that
too.
First scene had me.
Yeah, so now I want to get your thoughts because I actually loved how Katy ran after her because I thought I was just gonna be like she was gonna get out of there unscathed. Like they already came for her, but she like her wig was still kind of on, it was hanging on by a thread. But Katy ran out there and dragged. She fucking ripped that off like it was over. So tell me your thoughts.
Here's my issue. It's okay to be like a private person because that's I relate to Pepper in that way. Like but the difference kind of is like I'm private because I have to take stuff and internalize it myself, and it takes me a minute to be like, girl, yes, that really real life did happen to you. Because sometimes life be hitting you and you be like, is this a dream? So then like it takes time and it seems like you're coming off, closed, but you're really like, it just takes you time to process. So that's where I kind of sympathize with Pepper. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Eric?
I did. I mean, I don't really need y'all sympathy at this point. We're good.
At that point, after that, that's the only part I understand. But however, at some point you have to disclose, because then I eventually disclosed. So it's like the part that really got them is not that you a liar and that you scheme. Hell, they already kind of knew like that stuff happened. Mm-hmm. The part is that you stole from the people that love you and your friends, your family. Girl. That's where it got there for me. Because I know that, like with myself, if anybody stole from y'all, is that really your friend? Like you finessed them so bad, and you almost cost Katy her job somewhere that she's wanted to work, somewhere that, you know, that's a place she feels that she belongs. Mm-hmm. And that's as close as she's gonna get to her mother. And y'all gonna stop playing with her and her mama. And it's just like, you know, and it just hurt me because Pepper, like, don't think now you telling me that you adopted and all this stuff is gonna make me feel better. I mean, of course, I feel for her because it's just like she's gone through so much probably herself that she feels like she doesn't. Pepper is living to survive. She was raised off of survival and not off of love. When you're raised off of, you could have nothing, but if you have love, you know what that feels like and how to distribute it, you know. But when you grow up on survival, like that's what's in your brain all the time. So for Pepper, it's like, yeah, you my friend, like I'm cool with you, but in her brain, when stuff goes off, it's survival mode. So of course she's gonna steal from you.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
After meeting her dad, it seems like she had love in her life.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like we did see a little bit of her backstory with that, you know, relationship with her father, how they're very, very close, her adopted father. So I feel like she does have those...
Adopted father, though. Not like her, you know, she still
doesn't left behind. Yeah.
It's still like she doesn't know like everything. She's still learning who Pepper is. And she's still growing. So I understand that part, but it gets to a certain part, you know, a certain level in your life where certain things should just be evident. You don't steal from your friends. You stole a purse from her job.
Yeah,
that's the part I can't get over. Like, you really did that. And then you really finessed Alex, and you know how hard him and Josie have been working to get stuff, you know, off. And then you pulled that little stunt with Zandria. And I mean, it's just like, things like that. Is just she's done so much. Is this really a friend?
Oh no, I'm done with her. So let's just get to the Pepper plant, because that's where it all just
I'm up here acting like
face.
She my friend.
Right. Her.
I love it. You feel for her. You feel for Katy. You feel for Jorge. But she tried to make amends. You know, she did everything in her power to get the purse back. She had those tributes to each and every one of them with Josie's terrible song. And then we had Katy's cute little outfits in the corner. And then we had Jorge doing the Kiss of the Spider Woman, which was not the best performance. So I want to know your guys' thoughts when you saw that tribute at the Pepper plant. Like, Eric, what are you thinking? Like, do you think that was enough for her to try and make amends?
I mean, no, it's gonna take time. When trust is broken, it takes time. Like you can keep me iced in the nicest jewels and the best clothing, but like emotionally, do I trust you? No, that takes time. Do I like the execution? Absolutely. I feel like all of this planning that she was doing, well done, because aesthetically, the Pepper plant looked amazing, especially because we saw it in the slum phase. So I love the effort. I love the thought for each of her friends. But that trust is going to take time, and it's something that you can't buy.
What I want to know too, so now I thought about this and I want to get your take. I actually thought for a moment that what she did for her friends was actually a spur of the moment thing. Like I at one point thought that she didn't include that in the Pepper plant. I thought that she just threw that together to apologize. What did you think?
You read my mind.
Y'all thought that?
That stuff. I mean, let me put the laptop to the side. You're not understanding this. You're getting caught in her spell, okay?
But it was so
Spider Woman.
But the execution, how could you do that so fast?
Eric.
She just had to steal more. So she had to steal the mannequin out of Katy's apartment. She got to steal the drum set. She got to steal the projector.
Am I naive?
Like, Eric, yes.
Oh, wow.
It's literally like this. She didn't have them in mind, okay? She didn't have them in mind at all. When you have nobody and she realized she has no friends, those are her only friends. She don't have no friends. I mean, it's not a thing. So of course she's gonna do everything she can to make it seem like it was you guys are party this year, having your thing. And you guys were not. You were not in the plan. She wanted to really finesse you guys. So use your money that y'all work day and night for. And then, just going back a little when Katy had broke down the hours of work, Josie up here flipping donuts 80 hours.
Yeah.
Right. You know how hot it is?
Jorge is up here giving booty dances and bartending. He's singing, going auditions and shows and booking all that stuff. That's a lot of energy too. And Katy is having to deal with BS from Guy / her boyfriend / all this other stuff and all this other drama, doing 2 jobs at once. And you're gonna steal from people.
Yeah,
I don't even think she works. She don't even work at the Daily Mail. She don't even work there. She don't even work there. She doesn't work there. They're gonna say something like, "My mugshot is from my fake ID."
I know. I could not deal with that one. Okay, before we get at her, I have to obviously talk about the last moment. She got arrested, so it really all blew up in her face, and I was so happy to see that because, being really honest, I do want to see them come back, and I do want her to realize what she's been doing is so completely wrong, and for them to make amends. So I do feel like they all give each other something to work with. They all are stronger together. But at that same token, I was so happy she got arrested because I need her to hit that rock bottom and hit that wall before she gets there. Eric, you're making a face. Tell me your thoughts.
No, it's fine. I get it. It's fine. I get it. Because at first I was just like, oh my God, these hoes are malicious. But then it was like, I need her to hit rock bottom because then it can be like, we need that moment. So yes, I
rebuild.
Agree.
Yes. So now how about you before we go?
Definitely. She just needs just one night in jail. That's it. I don't even want to say. No. That's too long. Jail is not, that doesn't seem fun.
Yeah.
So, girl, I wouldn't think it is.
No, she doesn't. I just holding and then get her out. But
just holding.
Just holding. But like a little cop car and say, okay, joke's over. But yeah, I just think I want them to all be friends again. I just want her to really be sorry, really understand what she did was wrong, and prove her action.
Yeah. All right, let's do this last little moment. We got 1 minute left. Let's do some quick predictions. I'll just start, throw it out there. I definitely think that it was Cabot Entertainment who called the police on her because they're we already got what we wanted from her. We're running this place and we might as well put her in jail now too. So I'm calling it that it was Cabot. What is his name? Daddy Cabot?
Yeah.
It's not Daddy. I'm going to say Papa because he's not a daddy. It's Papa Cabot calling the police, and Alex is also willfully ignorant, so damn fine, but so dumb. So yeah, so that's what I think. What do you guys think, Eric?
I think that Josie and Alex are gonna have to take a break, or he's gonna have to go in rehab. One of the two are gonna have to happen next episode. Katy and KO are gonna have another moment because I feel like Katy's gonna be in a space of vulnerability. And who else other than KO? She's gonna be in jail, clearly. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. And Jorge, I don't really know what to make of Jorge's storyline at this point.
Well, Eric did tell us Buzz is coming back, so we will see some hopefully next episode. Yeah, he said you'll see me again, so we will see him again. So now what do you think?
I think that the gang is just gonna go and bail Pepper out. I really do think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I saw a teaser and I did see Katy and Pepper talking. So obviously she does get out of prison. We will see what happens there. But if nothing else, guys, before we head out of here, tell people where they can find you on social media. Sana.
Yes, you guys follow me on Instagram at IM_SANA or underscore, and then on Twitter at IM_SANA.
Amazing. Eric, how about you?
Catch me on Instagram at The World According to Eric, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Devontae.
Yes, and I'm Bryant Santos. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at the Bryant Santos. It has been an amazing time talking to you both. We miss our girl Yvette. She'll be back with us next week to talk about the finale of Katy Keene. I am so kind of low-key sad it's going to be our last episode together for a little bit. But I was talking to Eric about this. We actually already have a renewal for season 2. It came earlier this year. So we will definitely be back again for season 2. But before we get there, next week, we'll be back at 8 p.m. on Friday night to talk about the finale of Katy Keene with a special guest. We will see you then. Bye.
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 Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just
Sorry, guys. I
the
literally was
we're
like,
the
oh my
biggest
God,
in
I'm like
the world,
throwing it together,
and
throwing
we're
my life.
the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.